Hello all, able to hear me everyone? I'm Lavanya, I'm the trainer. Okay, so I will be taking the demo session today. So let us start this session. So we are going to have demo on SAP FICO. Okay, fine. So everybody should be able to see my screen. I'm already sharing my screen. Okay, fine. So now, okay, fine. So trainer introduction. I'm the trainer, I'm Lavanya. So I'm based out in Hyderabad. I have 12 years of experience on SAP. Actually, it is 14 years. So 2 years is on SAP B1 application and 12 years is on SAP R3. So I'm working as a consultant here. I'm a lead consultant. And I will be training you on the standard SAP FICO. So if ever you would want to get into any IT company as a consultant, as a FICO consultant, then you need to know all the configuration. Okay, as an end user, you would only know how to make postings, how to do reporting. Okay, but what is the background for configuration for that? That you might not know. Okay, so I will be teaching you all the configuration. And also remember one more thing, our course is entirely standard. Okay, only standard we will be discussing. Okay, only standard we will be discussing. All right, and a few real-time scenarios also I will be discussing. Okay, our course is for 60 hours, 60 hours. So I'm going to show you the course content. Just give me a moment. Okay, fine. So this is the course content. You can see this in the Zarantech blog. So this is the ongoing batch that I have. So this is the blog. In this blog, you can see the course content. Okay, so the introduction to SAP R3, all the organization structure steps, which is also called enterprise structure. In this, we will be discussing 20 number of steps. So this is the basic one. Okay, if you would want to work on any kind of sub-module in SAP FICO, okay, so this is the prerequisite. Okay, so then comes GL, AP, AR, or whichever module, whichever sub-module you want to work on. So next, we will be discussing general ledger. In general ledger master data, that means GL account, master data tables, reports, postings, what are the different transaction codes that you have for making postings, Spark document, whole document, accruals, 5 types of reversal, types of clearing, translation, foreign currency revaluation, interest calculation, recurring documents, Spark document, all this. Okay, all this part of GL. Next, account payables. Account payables is all about the vendors. Okay, so how to create a vendor, master data, what are the tables for it, how to make postings, invoice postings, payment postings, adjustment postings on vendors, how to create a bank account for them. Okay, and how to get the discounts from them. I mean, discount postings, how to make them, and special GL on vendor, how to execute F110. That means how to make manual payment as well as the automatic payment. And if it is automatic payment, how to create a DME file payment advice, how to reverse the documents, the payment documents. And also we will be discussing the check payments and few transaction codes related to check payments, and real-time scenarios on APP, intercompany payments, which are extremely important. And under intercompany also, we will be discussing both manual as well as automatic intercompany. And also all the tables and reports in AP and also APP. AP and APP, both are different. Okay, fine. So this is about vendor module. So similarly, you will be having the customer module as well. So customer module is nothing but account receivables. Okay, so in account receivables, again, how to create the customer master, different tables in customer master, cash discount postings, special GL postings, and payment receipts. Okay, how to execute F110, automatic payment program for customers, and what are the tables, okay, wherein, whenever a customer payment or customer invoice or customer adjustment transaction is generated, what are the tables that get updated, okay, all these. And dunning on customers, which is also extremely important, dunning. So all these are part of AR module, okay. So not only this, asset accounting, bank accounting. In bank accounting, we will be discussing EBS and auto logbox and SAP query, the extremely important topics in FICO. Okay, very, very important. If at all you would want to go as an experienced consultant, like 5 years of experience or 6 years of experience, then without showing EBS and auto logbox, the interviewer might not believe. Okay, so you should be able to convince your interviewer as well, if at all you are putting up experience, right? So in those cases, you need to put these topics. Okay, EBS and auto logbox, extremely important. So I will be telling you how to make postings, how to do configuration for EBS, and how to make postings on EBS and auto logbox as well. Okay, fine. Now, of course, SAP query also, and cash journal, I'm putting slash here, SAP query. So slash means either this or this. In earlier batches, like around 2 years ago, there was no SAP query. We did not take this as part of course content. We took only cash journal. But now, in new practice servers, so many errors are coming in cash journal. So that's the reason why we replaced cash journal with SAP query topic. Okay, so that means in the live session, I will be telling you about SAP query and cash journal topic if it is not getting executed. Okay, so if again errors are coming, then I will be giving you the recordings from the previous batches wherein I have successfully executed. Okay. And then comes the data migration. Under data migration, you have LSMW and BDC. Then comes asset accounting. In asset accounting, apart from configuration, I'm also covering the new topics like asset mass changes, line item settlement of AUC asset. Okay. And year-end activities done in asset accounting. Apart from the normal configuration in asset accounting, like, how to do the depreciation, how to create the asset master, what are the different tables, and how to create the sub asset, acquisition or purchase, the retirement or sale of an asset, transfer of an asset, both intra and intercompany, and scrapping of assets. So all this will be covered. And this will bank the, the completion of FI. Then we will be, going to new GL. Under new GL, we will be covering parallel ledger document splitting, 2 topics, FSV, financial statement version. Then we will be starting controlling. In controlling, cost element accounting, cost center accounting, including actuals and planned, and also the variances. And period end activities. As a part of period end, we will be discussing SKF, which is statistical key figure, distribution act, assessment and actual periodic reposting. And then internal orders, types of internal orders, how to create order type, and how to do the settlement on internal order, and how to do budgeting on internal order, how to do the variances on internal order. Profit center accounting, profitability analysis, which is also called COPA, and then product costing. Okay, so in product costing, we will be covering standard costing. Okay, so product costing is 2 types, actual costing and standard costing. So of these 2, we are covering standard costing. Okay, and then integration of FI with MM and SD. That means P2P cycle and O2C cycle. And then we will be discussing validations and substitutions, sales tax, procedure and also postings, and then IDOCs, extremely important. How to implement SAP. That means, 2 methodologies are there in order to implement SAP. ASAP methodology and Agile methodology. Both the methodologies I will be discussing. And then real-time documentation. All the real-time documentation, a consultant, an FICO consultant, okay, will be coming across, okay, both in support projects as well as implementation projects. Whatever is the real-time documentation is there, all those I'll be giving to you, like BBP, business blueprint, estimate document, high level design, HLD document, FS documents, test scripts, and UAT documents. So all this along with the project plan document, I will be giving to you. So this is actually the course content. Okay, in order to complete all these 60 hours, we will be taking. Okay, in order to complete all these. But in some cases, if the students are able to understand faster, then I might take sometimes 54 hours, 55 hours also. Then how about the remaining 5 hours? In those remaining 5 hours, I will be teaching you the real-time scenarios which are not part of this syllabus. Okay, so after the completion of this entire syllabus, if any number of hours are remaining, then those hours I will be filling up with the real-time scenarios. Okay, so real-time scenarios on EBS or Autologos, whichever topic is important, I will be covering. Okay, fine. So real-time scenarios, which are not part of syllabus, I will be covering if time is permitting. Okay, so usually we will be getting time, like so far I've seen so many batches, we will be definitely getting 4 hours time. Okay, and also please remember, I will also be helping you out with mock interviews. So once the entire syllabus is completed, okay, I will have to check you, I will have to test you. Okay, so I'm taking mock interviews so that you will be able to get acquainted with the interview process before going to the real interview, and also I will help you in resume preparation. Okay, until the time you get the job, I will be there. Okay, if you get any kind of questions or doubts while practicing, so you can definitely communicate with me till the time you get your job. Okay, so this is all about the syllabus. I just wanted to show you what all we are covering, and so let us go back. Fine. So this is about the course content. Now, as I said, our course is 60 hours. The duration of the course is 60 hours. Okay. And yeah, so I'm going to next slide, slide number 3. So this we have already done. Okay, trainees introduction. So we just have done. Now prerequisites. So in order to take up this course from Zarantech, SAP FICO course from Zarantech, what is a prerequisite? No specific prerequisite except a basic background in information technology is required. See, normally what happens is, this is all about finance, okay, finance and accounting, right? So what usually the participants think is, they have to have basic background on financial accounting. They, this is what they think. But to be honest, even if you are unaware of even the basics of financial accounting, that like if you do not know what a debit is, what a credit is, okay, how to understand a journal entry, you need not worry at all, because we have so many participants who are entirely from technical background, who do not know a journal entry, how to post a journal entry, how to understand it, what a debit is, what a credit is. Okay, no need to worry at all, because I will be taking a separate session only on the basics of financial accounting. Okay, but for you all, I think it is not required, because you all are from financial accounting background. Okay, so hopefully it is not required, but if at all you require, I will definitely take on the basics of financial accounting. So so definitely a base knowledge on financial accounting is not required in order to take up this course, but how to operate system, at least that you need to know. Okay, so background in information technology, that is required. So this is about the prerequisite. Now, agenda of this demo, let us see. So we will be discussing the course content I've already shown you, and objectives, introduction of ERP and SAP, what all modules we are covering, of course I've shown you just now, SAP FICO certification help, and some generic information on the blog. Okay, so all this we will be seeing now. Now I'm going to the very next slide. And one more thing, everyone, if you have any question in the middle, you can always interrupt me. Okay, so all you are on mute now. If you have any question, please unmute yourself and ask me. Otherwise, you have the chat box here. Okay, so if you do not want to unmute yourself, you can also put your question in the chat box. I will definitely answer your question here itself. All right, fine. So let us see. Course objectives. After completion of this course, all the trainees will be able to learn. Sorry. So you will be able to learn all the basic concepts and fundamentals of finance and controlling module. So FICO is all about finance and controlling, that you already know. So all the basic concepts and fundamentals you will be able to learn by the end of this course. And also all the modules, the sub modules that you have in FICO, like GL, account payables, account receivables, bank accounting, asset accounting, integration of FI with MM industry, and also controlling. All these you will be learning. And even the business processes, okay? We are mainly concentrating on the business processes of manufacturing industry rather than service industry. The reason is, in the interviews, you are very much expected to know about the manufacturing industry. Okay, so that is what we are more concentrating in our sessions. And apply implementation training. So how implementation goes on, that also I will be explaining to you. So if time permits, real-time training also I will be taking. Okay, with the explanation of end-to-end implementation process. Okay, so these are the course objectives, and let us go to the next slide.
Yeah, when you say apply real-time training, what do you mean by?
So as I said, I will be covering real-time scenarios. Okay, at the end of the course, that means after the entire course content is completed, if time permits, then I will be taking real-time scenarios. Real-time scenarios means what? Suppose I have product costing topic. Okay, in the sessions I will be telling you, like, how to do all the configuration, how to execute it, and what are the different tables and transaction codes and reports associated with product costing. But in real time, okay, in real time, what kind of incidents you will be getting from your end users related to that product costing topic, specific to product costing, and how you have to solve all these real-time related, I will be covering if time permits. Okay, definitely now we will be having time. Okay, so first we will be completing all the course content, then the mock interview, and then resume preparation, and then okay, if we will be having 1 or 2 hours of time, we should have. Okay, so in that gap I will be telling you all the real-time scenarios. All right.
Okay.
Okay, fine. So next, who should take up this course? So all the end users, definitely, all the SAP R3 end users, and also SAP B1 end users. So what is this B1 application and R3 application? R3 application is the one that we are going to learn, okay, which is meant for large scale industries. The application SAP R3 is for large scale industries. Yes, any question? Any question, anyone? Okay, fine. So SAP R3 is for large scale industries and SAP B1 is for small scale industries. Okay, so small scale industries might not be able to afford, okay, to implement R3. So that's the reason why they go for B1 application, which is again just like SAP only. Okay, given by SAP AG company only. Not much difference between these two. Okay, Sushant, do you have any question?
Yeah, ma'am. After completion of this course.
After the completion, okay.
After completion of this course, if we have any doubt, so how can you have to support us?
Yeah, that's a good question. So let me tell you. During the course, if you have any question during the course, okay. So our course is not completed, suppose. Yes, so during the course, if you have any question or if you have any doubt or if you face any difficulty while practicing, then In the blog itself, you have discussion board. In the discussion board, like, here you can see all the communication. I have posted something, students are posting something, okay? And I'm also giving the materials, okay? All the materials I'm uploading this way. And also I'm giving the information like this, okay? So any information, any documents, okay? Or anything that, any assignments, okay? You can see the assignment here also. Okay, so the information, okay? All these, including the documents, all these are the attachments, okay? Which you can download, okay? Fine, so I will be communicating with you, or if you have any questions, you can also go here, you can access this, you can also go here and post your question here, so that I will be replying to your question. So this is during the course. Now, after the course is completed, that is what your question is. So once the course is entirely completed, okay, so that means after 60 hours of time of the course, then I am not available on discussion board, because at that point of time, other batches will be there, right? So it will be difficult for me to monitor all the discussion boards, all the blogs, okay? So in that case also you can definitely communicate with me. How? You can just call support team, okay? Or you can request support team to call you. They will be putting you in conference with me if you request, okay? If you just put a mail to them, asking them to call you with me in conference call, okay? So they will definitely call you with me over that conference call. So if you have any question, you can clarify. Got it? Sushant?
Yeah, got it. Yeah.
Fine. So this is about the discussion board, wherein I think there is some echo. Sushant, can you please mute yourself? Some disturbance is coming. Yeah, fine. Thank you. So this is the discussion board wherein the trainees can interact with the trainer during the course. And now video recordings and latest flash. In this, all the recordings from the demo session till the end. Okay. So every recording you will be able to see. So these recordings cannot be downloaded, but you can definitely play the recordings from here. And session meeting links and session topics. So these are the meeting links for each and every session. And these are the topics that we are covering in that particular session. Okay. So this is about the blog. And any materials, okay, any certification, SAP certification related material. Earlier we used to provide in the blog itself, but all that material will be mailed to you. Okay, so SAP FICO certification related material will be mailed to you. In the discussion board, what all material that you need to refer to while practicing or any informative related material, I am uploading this way. Okay, I have uploaded. What did I upload? FICO material for practice. So these three documents I uploaded. And here I have uploaded one more thing. And here I am giving some information. Here also I'm giving some information. Okay, I've uploaded one more document, and then I'm giving the information with the screenshots like this also. Okay, so this is for January batch, not ours. Okay, so this way also, like any material is required apart from SAP FICO certification, all that material I'm uploading in the discussion board. Okay, if any assignment is there, that way also here again I'm mentioning. Okay, all right. So this is about the blog. Blog access you will be provided with for one year. Here you can see. Okay, materials lifetime access. Blog 12 months, that means 1 year. Videos also 1 year access you will be given. That means for 1 year long you will be able to play the videos. All right, fine. So this is about the blog. Any questions, anyone?
Ma'am, one question.
Yeah, louder please, Sushant. I cannot hear you properly.
Ma'am, after this completion, how to test our courses? Means with the testing server. How can you get it?
No, Sushant, your voice is breaking, I think. Can you post in the chat box? Can you please write your question in the chat box, if you don't mind? Because your voice is breaking.
Do you hear me, ma'am?
No, I can hear you. I can definitely hear you, but it is breaking in the middle.
Oh, okay. My question is how to get the server.
How to get the server? How to get the server, right? I do not know. I cannot hear you now. Are you speaking? Okay, fine. All right. So this is about the blog, and this blog access you will be provided for 1 month, 1 year long, not 1 month. Sorry, 1 year long. You will be provide the access. All right. So let us go back. Okay, so all the SAP R3 and SAP B1 end users can take up this course. Not only these people, but even the consultants who are working on other modules like SAP MMS, TPS consultants can also take up this course. And apart from that, SAP testers are the one who are working in a testing project. Okay, so Sushant is asking how to get the testing server. Sushant, you will be provided with the server by Zarantech support team. Okay, Zarantech support team will be they will be providing you the server access. And how long it is valid, that I'm really not sure. Okay, so you can please check with support team for server access information. Okay, fine. So SAP testers are the ones who are working in a testing project. So they need to do the end-to-end scenario of a testing. Suppose I have 110. I need to do testing on 110. So it is not just I am executing and done. I need to know the scenario end-to-end of that scenario. Only then I will be able to test much better. Okay. So that's the reason why event testers can also go for this course. I've seen so many consultants who used to worked on, testing project, and they moved into consulting. Okay, so testers can also take up this course. And ABAP developers. See, ABAPers are the people who are on technical side. So when they are technical side, ours is called functional side. Okay, SAP FICO, MMS, DP, SQ, MP, MHR, MS, all these are functional. ABAP is technical. All right. So even ABAPers, if they take up this course, they can become techno-functional consultants. Okay. So techno-functional consultants are always paid very high. Okay. Fine. So ABAP developers, SAP testers, all the other consultants, even SAP BI. Okay, BI is a module for reporting purpose in SAP. Okay, even the BI, reporting professionals can also take up this course. And Sushant, did you raise your hand? Do you have any questions, Sushant? Fine. Now, apart from this, all the professionals, okay, who would want to aspire a career in SAP FICO, and most importantly HANA. So why people who would want to make a career in HANA, they should learn this course? Because in order to learn HANA, learning finance and controlling is very important. If you do not know SAP R3 FICO, then one will not be able to understand HANA as well. So one needs to know FICO in order to learn HANA. Okay. So even if you would want to make a career in HANA, this is definitely required. I see so many participants who have taken HANA course, and at the completion of the course, they say, what has happened? Okay. Because it is impossible for anyone to understand HANA without knowing SAP FICO R3. Okay, fine. So even the project managers can also take up this course, because project managers are the one, who are not neither on technical nor on functional. Okay, so they tend to forget all the entire subject. So they can also take up this course. Okay, fine. So we are done with this slide. So I am in slide number 8. Now it's about SAP FICO training. So SAP FICO offers highly advanced means of financial transaction reporting and also better handling of accounts. So top quality reporting and handling of accounts has become easier after implementation of SAP FICO. So in FICO, FI stands for financial accounting and CO stands for controlling. Okay, FI means financial accounting, CO means controlling. Now, in FICO, what is that I am implementing in real time? Whether I am implementing FI as well as CO or either this or that. Let us see. Now, in FI, financial accounting. In FI is actually used in order to draw the financial statements. With the help of FI module, you will be able to draw the financial statements. Financial statements means what? The manufacturing account, the P&L account, the balance sheet, cash flow statements. All these are financial statements. Okay, all these are financial statements. Now, financial statements, if you see, these will be definitely drawn, okay, either month end or year end, depending upon the financial statement. Once it is drawn, then what is happening? Not only the company, even the outsiders are also should be able to see this. That means outsiders means banks, tax authorities, and stakeholders. Stakeholders means all the stockholders. Okay. So, these outsiders are also interested to know the financial statements of your company. Okay. So that's the reason why this FI module is called external reporting. FI module, external reporting, because whatever reports that you draw from FI will be shared with the outsiders. That's the reason it is called external reporting. Now let us say controlling. That means, see, FI module is also called a centric module. It is a mandatory module. Why it is said to be mandatory module? Because, see, we implement SAP for what purpose? For accounting purpose. Okay. Now, in SAP, all the accounting is done at company code level, an organization unit called company code. Okay. So, in SAP, all the accounting is done at company code level. All right. Now, this company code is created by FI person only. So, FI is the very first module to be implemented in any project. First, in implementation, FI person comes into picture. He will be implementing company code. Once the company code is implemented, all the other module consultants will also be coming and they will be doing their own designing. Okay, so the company code has to be created because all the accounting is done at company code level and it is very much created by FI person. That's the reason why FI is a mandatory module. It is the very first module to be implemented. That's the reason why it is called centric module. Okay, so FI is for external reporting. Now, how about controlling module? Controlling module is not mandatory like FI module. Then why we will have to discuss. Controlling module will be implemented in case where controlling of the cost is required. But don't you think 99% of the companies require cost controlling. If they control the cost only, then they can improve their revenues. Right or wrong? Any company, if you say whether it is small or big, they have to control the cost. Okay. So for cost controlling only, we are implementing controlling. Okay. It is not a mandatory, but mostly all the companies require to control the cost. But if they do not require to control the cost, definitely we need not implement controlling. Okay. But all companies, 99% of the companies require cost controlling only, because they need to increase their revenues. That's the reason. Okay. Now, controlling module is for cost controlling. Okay. With the help of this, you control the cost, and hence the name controlling. Now, this controlling, in controlling module, whatever reports that you have, that you draw, okay, nobody will be interested. No outsiders will be interested, like banks, tax authorities, stakeholders and all. They are not interested. Okay, then who is interested? Only the management of that company will be interested to know. Okay, only the management means those are internal to the company, right? Okay, they are part of the company only. That's the reason why this is called internal reporting. FI, external reporting. CO, internal reporting. Okay, got it everyone? So FI is mandatory, CO is not mandatory. Though it is not mandatory, all the companies are implementing because they would want to control the cost. Fine. Now, why we will have to discuss what ERP is? Because SAP is ERP application. That's the reason why we will have to discuss what ERP is. Now, what is the full form of ERP? ERP stands for Enterprise Resource Planning. So this is the full form of the acronym ERP, Enterprise Resource Planning. Definition: ERP systems track business resources and the status of business commitments. Okay. It is tracking the business resources and the status of the business commitments, it seems. Business resource means what? The manpower, the money, the material that you have in your warehouse or stores. All these are resources only. So it helps in tracking the resources and the status of business commitments. What is the status of business commitment? What do you mean by business commitment? Business commitment means, see, you are having a business. You are doing some transaction with your vendor. It is a commitment. Okay. So you have, what do you say? You have placed a purchase order on your vendor. It is a commitment. So what is the status of that commitment? You will be able to track when you implement SAP. Okay. Now, Enterprise Resource Planning, that means ERP, is a suite of integrated applications. Okay, so we are coming across some new terms here. Let us see what those new terms are. Integrated applications. Now, what do you mean by this integrated application? Application means what? In SAP, if you see, application is nothing but a department. How can you say? See, normally, okay, outside SAP I'm talking about, I'm working as an accountant. That means I'm from finance department. Okay, finance and accounts department. Okay, so likewise there is purchasing department, there is sales department, there is HR department, there is stores. Okay, stores department and all. Okay, so if you see, all these are departments. Now let us go to SAP. In SAP, what all sub-modules that I have? FI module, MM module, SD module, PS, QM, PM, okay, HRMS, all these are the modules. So these modules, if you see, are not the departments? Definitely the departments only. FI module means the finance department. SD module means selling and distribution, nothing but the sales department. MM module, material management, is nothing but the purchases department. Warehouse module in SAP is nothing but the stores department. HRMS module, nothing but the HR department. Okay, so these sub-modules are nothing but the department. Sub-modules are also called applications. Okay, applications, nothing but the departments. All right, fine. So now ERP is a suite of integrated applications. So now again, one more new word, integrated applications. So applications, just now we understood, it means a department. Now integrated application means what? Integration means what? Interlinking. Integration means interlinking. Now, what do you mean by this interlinking? Interlinking means linking, okay, from one to another one, linking between two departments. So why the departments have to be linked? What is the reason? So let me give you one example, okay, so that you know the reason. Now, suppose I'm working as an accountant, so I'm part of finance and accounts, okay. Now I'm sitting in the office location, okay, I'm sitting in the office location. So I would want to carry out my responsibilities. So what is my chief responsibility? Making payment to vendors. Okay, so that postings I need to make. So while making the payment to vendors, I need to know against which invoice of the vendor. Suppose there are 10 invoices. Out of those 10 invoices, I have to select one invoice for payment, right? Okay, so what is that invoice? I have to be sure. Okay, so suppose I took one invoice. Okay, one outstanding payment related invoice. I took. Okay, related to one vendor. Now, after taking that invoice, I need to know the transaction mentioned in the invoice is in completed status or not. Only then I can make the payment. Okay, if my vendor is sending me the goods, after sending the goods only I'm making the payment. Okay, so in those cases, that is not mentioned in the invoice. Okay, whether the transaction is completed or not, that might not be mentioned in the invoice every time. So suppose I took the invoice, right? So against that invoice, I see that raw material receipt is there. Okay, so my company would have purchased some raw material from that vendor. So that vendor has sent me the invoice and I'm making the payment now. Okay, so whether that raw material has been delivered to your warehouse location or not from that vendor or not, you have to check. Okay, only if it is successful, you need to make the payment, right? So what you need to do is, here the vendor is sending the raw material. So where is he sending? He is not sending to office location where the finance person is sitting. He will be sending the material to stores department, the warehouse store, where the stores person is sitting. Okay, so if you would want to know the status of that material receipt, what you will have to do? You are in some other location and the raw material is in some other location. Okay, so what you have to do? Now in this case, you will be either calling the stores person, you will be either mailing to them. Okay, now are they quickly responding? Sometimes they might, sometimes they might not. So till the time they are responding, your work is halted. Okay, your time is wasted, your work is halted. So in order to overcome this, you have integration between the departments. So when you have integration between the departments, when you have interlinking between the departments, data will be flowing from one module to the other. Okay, so in our case again, stores person is there, no? So whenever material is coming into his stores or warehouse, what is he doing? He will be updating the same in SAP system, saying that he received so and so material, okay, against so and so invoice of the vendor. Now once he is entering that data I will also be able to see as a FI consultant. I did not enter it, but still I'm able to see. How? Because the data is flowing from one module to the other. Okay. So here, when data is flowing, you need not depend on any person in any way. Okay. If you have authorization to check, definitely you can check. Okay. So data is flowing when it is when the departments are interlinked. So this is about, in short about ERP. Understood everyone?
Yes.
Okay, fine. Now let us go to basics. So if you are not able to understand well, if I'm going too fast or too slow,
Probably like, see, what I felt is like you're more concentrating onto the kind of freshers. Okay, I think since we all the three currently working in system for a long time,
yeah, but you're
probably you can
working
take.
as an end user, right? Not
Correct.
on configuration side. Okay, so that
Correct.
means you also have to know all these.
Okay. Fine.
Now, if you all three are aware of all this, then definitely we can directly go to configuration. Your wish. Okay.
From my side, I think most of them are aware
Or is
what
it?
you are trying to
How
explain.
about Purnima and Swami?
Yeah, I'm Swami talking here.
Okay. How about Sushant and Purnima?
Actually, I would like to understand the basics of the
Okay,
consultant
fine.
role
Not a
because
problem.
the terms related to
Yes.
the consultant role.
Exactly. Not a problem. I will be taking that. Okay. So this one only I'm continuing. Okay, fine. So now, so far we have been telling that, SAP is ERP application. Now, the SAP application was started in the year 1972 in a city called Waldorf in Germany. Okay, so SAP was started by a company called SAP AG. Okay, now because it was originated in Germany, definitely it will be having a German name. So SAP in German language stands for this. But in English it is Systems, Applications and Products in Data Processing in English. Okay, now SAP is an integrated business software to process all functionalities of an organization in order to obtain a unified solution. Okay, so SAP is one of the ERP application. In ERP application, what is that you will be able to see in ERP application? This one, integrated applications. Okay, there is integration between the applications. There is interlinking between the departments. So when there is interlinking between the departments, what is happening? Data is flowing, okay, from one module to other. So when data is flowing from one module to the other, what is the impact? Impact is obtaining a single unified solution. That means single time object creation. Now, what do you mean by this single time object creation? Object means what in SAP? Object means data. What kind of data? It can be any data. It can be like, master data. It can be transaction data or configuration related data. All these three. Okay. So any of these data is created. Okay. Should be created only once. It needs to be created only once. Why? Let me give you an example for this one as well. I'm an FI consultant who is working with the vendors for making payments to them. Now there is one more consultant from department. means purchasing. So person is responsible for purchasing. FI person is responsible for making the payment to those vendors. Okay. Now, as an FI person, because I'm working with the finance person, because I'm working with the vendors for making the payments to them. So what is happening is I will have to create the vendor master data, right? Okay. So suppose material management person, because he is buying the material from the vendor. Okay. So I'm also I have to create the vendor master data because now I'm creating payments for them. And even the person who is also doing business with the same vendor also have to create the master data. But in SAP, two master data cannot be used. You need not use two master data. Okay. Actually, SAP will not allow you to create a master data which is having the unique value. Okay. Once the value is given, the same value you cannot give in SAP. So because there is interlinking between the applications, you will be able to see something called single time object creation. What do you mean by this single time object creation? Any object that you are creating should be created only once. That is single time object creation. Okay. So why it has to be created only once? Because see, I'm doing business with the same vendor. Remember, person is also doing business with the same vendor. He is creating that master data, that vendor master data. Okay, I'm also creating that master data, which is unnecessarily causing the data redundancy. Redundancy means repetition. Okay, so if I create the same thing, I'm creating the same thing as my person. Okay, so again, data redundancy, data repetition happens. So in order to get rid of this, what is happening? You will have to create the master data or transaction data only once. So whatever master data your person is creating, you can also access it as an FI person. Nobody is restricting you. So till the time you have authorization, okay, to access, you can definitely access. Okay, so single time object creation means what? Any data that you're creating needs to be created only once. Okay, so once MM person is creating vendor master, I will also be able to see as a FI person. And when my customer, AR module, okay, we have the customers, right? Okay, so I'm doing the payment receipt from the customer, so I would want to create the master data. But by the time SD person, sales and distribution person, okay, has created. So in that cases, what is happening? Data redundancy is happening. So in order to get rid of this, we are using only one, whether it is master data or transaction data. Got it, everyone?
Yes.
Now, SAP R3. SAP applications built around their latest R3. In R3, R stands for real-time data processing. The latest version of R3 includes a comprehensive internet-enabled package. So what do you mean by this internet-enabled package? It means that earlier, if you would want to work on any application, what is that you have to do? You need to install it in your system and then you will be able to log in. Okay. So now, even if you do not install it in your system, you will be able to access it. I do not have SAP installed in my system, but still I'm able to access it. How? Because of internet enabled package. Okay. So again, under this internet enabled, you will be having two options. Okay. You can either go to the remote desktop. Let me show you how a remote desktop looks like. Okay, I will be showing to you. So this is the remote desktop. This is the remote desktop. On the remote desktop, you can see the logon pad. This is how we configure the servers. Double click on any of the server.
Not able to see. We are able to see only black screen.
Is it? You're not able to see. Since when?
When you say remote access.
Oh, is it? Sorry. So this is the remote desktop. Now you are able to see?
Yes.
Okay. So this is the remote desktop. I'm logging in remote desktop. So usually the support team from Zarentech provides a remote desktop because it is more secure and very, very easier to use. Okay. So this is the remote desktop. Okay, so internet enabled package means you are not installing it, but still you are able to access with the help of internet. So this internet access can be divided into two: a remote desktop or the internet connection. You take internet connection and then download the logon pad. So when you download the logon pad, you will be able to see like this. Logon pad on the remote desktop. Okay, so this one on the remote desktop I'm able to see because I got it from my vendor. Okay, I have wanted a remote desktop, and that remote desktop server he has provided. On this I'm having the logon pad. Now how about an internet enabled package? Internet enabled package means what? Again, as I said, remote desktop is one of the option, and the second option is no remote desktop, but you can just get the internet access and you will be able to download logon pad, okay, from internet, and then you will be able to log in. So when it comes to internet enabled package, how many options do you have? Two options. One is the remote desktop, another one is the downloading of the logon pad from internet. So next.
This is only for the practice purpose, right?
Which one?
The one which we download from the internet and access.
Yeah, only for practice purpose, nothing else.
Okay.
Now, SAP is a table-driven customization software. So what do you mean by table-driven customization? First, let us see customization. Customization means what? Okay, customization means what? According to the requirements. You are molding or changing according to the requirements. That is called customization. Okay, now in SAP, if you see, you can do lot of customizations. Okay, whichever industry it is, you can do customizations. Actually, this is not possible in each and every ERP. That's the reason why SAP tops the list among ERP applications. Okay, now see, normally whenever you get any requirement, you will be doing configuration. So customization, when is that we are saying? We say customization whenever you are changing the application according to the requirement of the client. That's called customization. SAP is table driven. Table driven means what? Have you ever come across the name called RDBMS, Relational Database Management System? In any RDBMS, if you see, all the data will be stored in the form of tables. Okay? Example is Oracle. Now, for SAP R3, the backend database is Oracle. So because Oracle is RDBMS, SAP is also RDBMS. Okay, so that means even in SAP, whenever you are trying to create, delete or update something, all these will be done in the tables only. Okay. So as a SAP FICO person, you need to remember so many table names. So next, in order to minimize upgrading cost and time, the standard programs tables should not be changed. See, normally what happens is, whenever you get any requirement from your end user or client, you will have to propose a standard solution first. If that standard solution is not working, only then go for customization. So why is that I'm saying only then? Because customization involves a lot of time and cost. Okay. So it is our duty, to minimize the cost for the end user company. To mitigate the cost, it is our duty. Now, there are so many ERP packages in the market. Okay, like SAP, Oracle Financials, BAN, JD Edwards, and so on. But SAP tops the list. Why? Because of these reasons. In SAP, you can easily do customization, you can do integration, you can create company codes and all. Okay. Now releases. Releases are nothing but the different versions. So as a part of our training, we will be definitely showing you on the latest release only, not the older ones. Okay. Now, we are in a very important slide, architecture. Architecture of SAP includes 3 different layers and hence the name 3 in R3. So in R3, R means real-time data processing, 3 means the 3-tier. Okay, now what are those 3? Presentation, application and database. Okay, presentation layer is also called graphical user interface. Okay. Now, presentation layer means what? So wherever you can see the SAP screen, it is called a presentation layer. On the monitor only you will be able to see, right? So it is called a presentation layer. Application layer, all the ABAP coding and all will be there in the application layer. And the last one is database layer. Okay, so database layer means what? All the data is stored in form of tables, that is database tables. So all these 3 constitute the architecture of SAP. Okay, fine. So next, landscape. Very, very important. Landscape. What do you mean by this landscape? Okay, in this landscape you have development, quality and production. Now what do you mean by all these 3? This is a very basic landscape, okay, that I'm showing you here. In the coming topics, I will be telling you how to understand a complex one as well. Okay, now in this a basic one, you will be able to see the development, quality and production systems. What do I mean by development? The name itself is saying you're developing something. Okay, so once all the development or designing is done, you will have to check or test, okay, that testing. Okay, so that checking or testing performed in development system is called unit testing. Unit testing is the testing performed on the development system. Okay, so once it is successful, only then you are supposed to move the TR. Okay, you are supposed to move the TR to next tier system. Now, what do you mean by this TR? What it is containing? Okay, so once you generate the TR, you can use it for saving of the new entries. Okay, saving of the new entries that you are creating. Okay, so fine. Once the new entries are created, once they are trying to save, okay, so system is throwing an error. Okay, suppose system is throwing an error. So if any error is there, that means that configuration is wrong. Okay, so that's the reason why instead of checking the same in quality system, it is always better that you check in the development systems initially only. Okay. So this testing is called unit testing. Next is quality. So quality system comes next to development. So once all the development is correct in the development server, okay, the TR means transport request, okay, wherein it is storing all the parameters that are created newly. Okay. So in the quality system again, okay, you will have to do testing one more time. Okay, so once the the development has come into the quality system, you will have to do testing one more time. That testing is very, very formal. See, in development system, you are doing testing, right? That is not formal, it is informal. Why it is said to be informal? Because you are doing this unit testing for yourself, for your satisfaction. Okay. But whereas quality assurance testing, integration testing, okay, you cannot. Okay. That will see, you cannot means what? You are not doing the testing for your purpose. You are doing for client purpose. For what reason? Client has to know all the evidence of the testing. So they will be doing from, they were also doing testing from their own end. Okay. In quality system, it is also called unit testing. In quality system, it is called integration testing. In development system, it is called unit testing. Okay. So it is only in unit testing we will be able to see if particular development system is properly working or not. Okay. So this is how the testings take place. So once the quality assurance is done, once we get the approval from our end user. So we have done integration testing in quality. So what next? Okay. Next is end users will be going through that document. Okay. So once end user is going through that, he will be doing testing in integration testing on the same, but with different values. So that testing performed here is called UAT. So UAT is done by whom? By the end users only. Now once UAT is successful, they will be providing you approval in written form. Okay. Asking you to move the changes to production system. Okay. So once we get the approval from our end users, then we will have to move the transport request to next tier system called production system. So in whichever system you would want to update this, okay, so there you can go and do this. So production system means only end user is transferring. So once end user is provided you the approval, you are transferring the TR to production system. Okay. Now transport request, how to understand a transport request. So in basic, I will be telling you. So SC10, display. So all these are the TRs only. Under TRs only you have so much of configuration. Okay, all these are TRs only. Okay, so this is the transport organizer. So structure of a TR means what? Let me show you. So this is the child TR or this is called the child TR and this is called the parent TR. This is called a task and this is called main TR. So parent TR or main TR, okay, is this one, and this is called a child TR, which is also called the task. Now how to do modification of a TR? You can only modify the TR provided it is not released. So once releasing is done on a TR, you cannot revert it. Okay. So you can modify before you post it or create. Now next is statuses of a TR. So if you see here, so if you see the statuses, these two are the statuses, modifiable and released. Modifiable status means what? Okay, it can be modified. Released status means what? It is already modified. Okay. So we just saw the statuses, released and modifying. Types of TR. Two types of TRs are there. Let me show you the types of TRs. These two are the types of TR. Customizing TR as well as workbench TR. Okay. But how you will know which TR I will have to work upon? Your SAP system only will tell you. We need not worry. Okay. Movement of a TR. Movement of a TR means what? How it is released and moved to next higher system. From development to quality and from development to production system. So how you are moving, that is called movement of a TR. So all these are definitely covered in the coming sessions for sure. Okay. So I just wanted to tell you that there is something called TR also. Okay. Fine. Now ASAP methodology. ASAP methodology means what? It stands for accelerated SAP methodology. So in this phase is used for, all the phases in this methodology, okay, is for implementation of ERP. Okay. So two methodologies are followed while implementing SAP. ASAP methodology and agile methodology. ASAP stands for accelerated SAP. Okay. So in this case, 5 different phases are there. Project preparation phase. So here you plan all the goals and objectives and also scope of implementation, but related to, see, whatever you are doing, this planning of goals and objectives, scope of implementation will be done by project manager only, not the consultants. Okay. So here consultant is not doing anything. In project preparation, consultant is not doing. Okay. Only the, FI consultant is not doing. Only the project manager is doing. He is drawing all the goals and objectives and scope of implementation. Okay. Next is business blueprint, which is also called as is and to be. So in business blueprint document, which is also called BBP document, it means what? It means as is and to be put together. Business blueprint means what? As is and to be put together. As is means what? As is means how a particular business process has already been implemented in your books of accounts. To be means what? The same process, how it is implemented in SAP. But in order to prepare this BBP document, you have to do so much of requirement gathering. Okay. Now next is realization. Realization means doing the configuration based on the BBP. Next is final preparation. Final preparation means what? Wherein you are doing all the cutover activities. Okay. So in final preparation, we also do training to end users. So this training can be like, like a KT session over VoIP, or it can also be like preparing of the manuals. Okay. So we are also doing cutover activities is required. And also we do data migration. Data migration means what? Transferring of the data from one system to another. Okay, so go live. Last one is go live, wherein the production system is ready for the user inputs. Got it, everyone, about ASAP methodology?
Yes.
Okay, fine. If you have any questions, you can interrupt me. So next is organization structure. So here, if you see, this is company.
Yeah, I think the last we have some question or answer, right?
Yeah.
Oh.
We definitely have. Okay. So here we have the company code. Company code is associated. It is linked to each and every object. Okay. So here you can see, right? Company code. Okay. This is sales part. That means SD part. This is MM part. And this is CO part. Okay. So company code is a mandatory thing. That's the reason why all company codes, organization units have to be assigned to company code level. So that is about organization structure. Now levels of data creation. See, as I told you, data means what? Data or object. Okay, it means at which level you can create an organization unit in SAP. Okay. You have company code, chart of accounts level, you have house bank level. Okay, so many levels we have. So all these are the okay, at this level, the data will be generated. Now, benefits of using SAP FICO. As I told you earlier, you can draw the reliable reports, okay, and it also faster as well. That's like if you see 10,000 number of records are there, okay. So it might not be possible to capture 10,000 records and then display, but SAP will do it, okay. Now modules covered by Zarantech. So I've already told you, like, in the discussion board, I've shown you, like what all the modules that I will be covering. Okay. Now types of learning solutions. So here if you see, blog I need to open. Yeah, this is the blog. So as I told you, this is a blog. You will be able to access all the video recordings, okay, all the material that we have given to you. So three different solutions are ILLT, ILVT and SPVT. ILLT means what? So the demo which I'm taking now is a live session wherein the trainer is very much present in the session and the trainees are introducing, okay. This is live training, okay. Our demo session is a live training. Of course, all the sessions will be like live training only. You can either take up this course, which is live training, and video training. Video training means what? Only the videos will be given. Okay, you need not attend the live training. But if you want to interact with the trainer, definitely I'm always there. SPVT, okay, self-paced video training means what? Okay, you're getting the videos only here and there is no interaction with the trainer. All right.
Yes.
Now, so these three you need to know. So as I said, I know I will be taking all mock interviews. At the end of every session, I will be giving you assignments. I will be giving you the study material and all. Now modes of training, just now, we have seen. So training highlights. So what all offerings we give. Certification help, okay. So most of the participants coming from US, definitely they would want to get certified. You can definitely go with 6 years of experience, okay, provided I'm also giving some real-time scenarios. Okay, otherwise you can definitely go up to 4 years, okay, 4.5 or nearly 5, you can definitely go, okay. So in FI certification, the multiple choice questions is 80 with the duration 180. And this is about controlling certification, okay. FI certification is different from controlling certification, okay. Now responsibilities of a consultant. So if you see, any consultant for that matter, his roles and responsibilities depend entirely upon the project, okay. So if he is in a support project, he will have to respond to the end user, okay. He's a part of implementation, okay. He should be doing all the configuration, okay. So responsibilities of SAP FICO consultants means always depends upon the project. So it is an implementation project, okay. In implementation project, you will be able to see the configurations and customization. Now configuration means what? If you are following the standard, okay, it is called configuration setting, okay. Customization means what? You are making changes, okay, in the application. Now in support project, you will be able to see the tools like Remedy, SM9, SM7, ServiceNow and Marvel, okay. Okay, so this is about. Now career path, as I told you, once we are done with our course, you need not start from the beginning as an associate consultant. You can start from here. Okay, you can start at this level or even this level, not from the beginning. Now, as you already know, salary trends depends upon or varies from location to location, okay. So next is course content. In the very beginning itself, I have shown you. So not just this course, even whatever a ABAPer does, that also I am sharing with you. Okay. Not now, in the coming sessions, I will be sharing. Okay. Okay, so if you have any questions, you can ask me. After course content, this is what we have. Yes, anyone? Any questions?
Swami here.
Yes, Swami, please tell.
When we do training, do we practice real time? When I say real time, you will be taking like creation of a company code, and we also would
Swami,
be.
louder, please. Swami, please be louder.
Okay, so when I say real time, so you will be giving the training, correct? So you will be doing it in your system. That is a company creation, assignment, whatever you said.
Yeah, of course, in
and
my
also I will be doing it in my system, correct? And simultaneously we go forward.
Simultaneously means what?
So assume that company code creation.
You will be there actually. Live session means
you will be showing in your system.
Also there.
Correct. My question is like when you're showing in your system, I'll be able to see that, and also I'll be able to do it in my system as well, right? It's a simultaneously you also create a company code. With the same company, I'll also be creating. In case of any challenges, immediately both of them probably will be discussed and they will be clarified. That's how it goes. Or the one which you are giving similar to this, like you will be going through the creation, will be doing.
No. I will be showing in the application. Okay, if I keep on telling like this, then what does it mean? See, in this SAP application, I will be showing, okay, not just a single one, but for each and every process, I will be showing.
So even that's that time we will also be doing the same, correct?
Of
so
course,
you
yes.
mean to say when you create a company, okay, then you assign a company a fiscal year creation or assignment, whatever you mentioned. Okay, so you will be showing in your system, and I will be doing it in my system.
Yes.
In case of any challenges, both of them clarified and go forward. Correct?
Very good.
That's how it's been designed. You will be going through in your system. Later, we have to practice, and if any queries, we have to.
Simultaneously only you can practice. After the session is over for that day, so much of time you will be having it. You can definitely use for practice purpose.
Okay. And can you just clarify me, like, what is simple finance, central finance? How different
finance, the database is different. Okay. For S4Hana, the database is HANA itself. For R3, the database is Oracle. The difference is there in the database itself.
Okay. So we'll be concentrating on R3, that is...
R3. We will be discussing R3. This is not HANA class. This is R3 class. So this is required in order to learn HANA.
Do we need any coding knowledge? When I say
yes,
coding...
it's a good question. See, let me tell you one more thing. We are functional persons. Okay? So even though we are functional, some people might be having some technical background. So if you are aware of all those programming, then I will be giving you ABAP related. ABAP means technical in SAP. ABAP related videos, okay, video recordings, okay. I will be giving you wherein, few topics are there wherein if you learn, like, debugging. Debugging is a topic in ABAP wherein if the functional person knows this, that functional person will become techno-functional. Techno-functional means much more you will be paid. Okay. So few students were there who were asking me for technical, so I provided them. So it will be beneficial. If you have some background, then it will be beneficial for you. Even if
otherwise it's not mandatory.
You will become purely a functional consultant.
But otherwise it's not mandatory, correct?
No, not at all mandatory.
Okay.
Not at all.
And you were mentioning something like a table creation. So can you just probably, if you have 1 or 2 minutes, probably can you just tell me?
Table creation. We don't create a table as such. Okay. The table is already there. The entry, once you create it, you will be able to see that entry in that table.
Okay.
We are not creating any table. We create entries. Okay, we create the master data or transaction data or configuration data. All that data, once it is created, will be updated in the tables.
Okay, fine. So as a consultant, we will not do that, correct?
We are not doing.
Okay.
Functional consultant doesn't create any table.
Okay. So another question is like, in case, when we go through, so you will be covering like multiple currency as
of
well
course,
as
yes, translation, foreign currency, revaluation,
and translation. Yeah.
Of course, yes.
All this will be covered.
Yeah.
Okay. See, since we are end user, I also know
exactly,
like we also post.
You should be knowing what all are covered, right? You should be knowing definitely.
Okay. So we post manually as well as even in the template. Correct. So if the request comes from a end user,
you post what?
We post an entry in the SAP system. In case 1 or 2 entries, we normally go and key in, right?
Okay, you post entries. Okay, fine. So next.
Correct. And also other way we do it, we upload from an Excel template.
You upload what?
Method of uploading. I'm sorry.
No, actually, your question is not at all clear.
Okay.
You are
My
posting
question is,
entries in real time. Okay, fine. Next.
we two method of posting we do. One is key in the details and posting an entry or parking an entry. Other way is just upload a CSV or an Excel file to the system, and that will create a document that is parking a
Yeah,
document.
of course, yes, of course, yes. Yeah, uploading of a
If
file.
the
Okay.
end user requests some field correction in the template after going through this course, so we will be able to modify this template or somebody else.
No. That is what I told you. We are not covering any customization training. Okay. Anything standard, yes, I am providing, but not customizations.
How do I come to know what is standard when I go through training only?
Standard is the one which is given by SAP themselves.
Okay.
Standard means SAP themselves are giving. Customization means according to the requirement, we are changing.
Okay.
I have a question. Can I proceed?
Yeah, Swami, your questions are over.
Probably once Lavanya, Galaxy, right? I think if she completes, probably if I have one or two, probably I'll take.
Yeah, Purnima, you can go ahead. Once you're completed, I will go back to Swami. Please.
Okay. As you mentioned that we can directly join as a consultant. So after doing the certification, so will any employer will take as a consultant, because we are working as an end user?
Yes, they will. Conversion, that is called conversion. That happens in Infosys, no, Purnima?
Yeah, but Infosys, it's very hard to get into IT from BPM.
No, but when I was working, I saw so many of my colleagues getting converted. They were part of BPO, but later they became consultant. They became part of our MFG.
Okay, so if you know the procedure, you can just help me with that so I can try. But
see, I worked about 10 years ago. Okay, at that point of time, we had a head. Okay, he was Manoj in our vertical, and in building 15 in Gachibowli campus, STP campus, there was a person called Manoj. Okay, so he used to do all the conversions from BPO. So once the person has completed 3 years successfully in BPO, and once he knows SAP, he used to convert. But now how the process is, I do not know.
Yeah, because nowadays the process is very tough.
Yeah.
Yeah, I inquired on this. But one more question: would you be providing certification, or we have to take certification from somewhere else after doing the training?
If you are in India, you need not get certified at all. If you are in India.
What's that mean?
If you are from a foreign country, see, in India nobody will ask for certification. If you perform well in interview, no need to get certified at all.
So because if we do not have any experience, nothing, so if without mentioning anything, so nobody will call you for the interview.
If you want to join as a as a fresher, so suppose Deloitte is there. Okay, when I was with Deloitte, they took so many freshers. All those were like certified. If you would want to join as a fresher, then certification is a mandatory thing in India. But if you are going as a lateral, then it's not mandatory. Nobody.
Okay, so but we will have to show any experience that we have done implementation or we have worked on support projects.
If you are getting in as a lateral, then yes, you will have to.
So from where that way we will get after completion of the training? Can we mention on our CV?
Yeah, got it. That please check with the support team. Okay. Usually they are doing all the counseling. Please check with support team. okay, and let me know what they answered.
Okay. Okay, fine.
Okay, any other questions? Anyone?
No, that's for me.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, now
For me
Swami.
here again. Okay. So when you say implementation means so migration, correct? So currently, company would be with the
Exactly. Yeah, yeah. Migration. You can say it is migration from one legacy system
system
to
to
SAP.
SAP system.
From a legacy system to SAP.
Correct. So is this a mandatory when we are going? People like who are like me, who has 10 years experience in end user, but when I go for a as a consultant, so how I'm not sure very like because I wouldn't have done any migration right as a consultant. So still go as a fresher
It
or just
depends upon all the confidence that you have, Swami. But I've
okay.
seen so many, like, even if you're working, for these many years as an end user, you can just put up, like, suppose you have 10 years of experience as an end user. 5 years of experience you can put up as a consultant.
Correct, but practical
Okay,
knowledge
and
has
then you
to be
can
there,
go
right?
as a
How
consultant.
consultant role it works.
What?
Consultant role, how it works, I wouldn't have done, right?
Yeah, you have never done. That's the reason why you're taking training. Okay, you're practicing here.
But
And
when I say
the
practicing, you
consultant is
said only
doing real
standard
time.
methodology you will be following. Like when I was asking about the customization, that was not covered. So
Hmm.
people who are going for a 5 years plus of experience in the consultant role,
Hmm.
obviously would be require a knowledge on.
Let me tell you.
Yeah.
After this training, you can definitely go as, like, 4 years of experienced person for sure. Okay, like, what experience does a 4 years person having? Definitely you can put up that much. If you still would want to go as a senior consultant like that, okay, then, okay, senior consultant means, like, around, like, 6 years of experience, 7 years of experience. Then you need to take up a separate course after this one.
Okay.
Okay, but normally I suggest you need not go that way. Okay, because it becomes a bit tough. While training it might look easy, but after joining it will be, like, very tough.
Yeah, that was my question.
Okay, did I answer your question, Swami?
Yeah. Okay, fine. And one more question was like, how do you identify whose role when you are saying like some cases you are mentioning and SD, module and other different modules. Okay.
Mm.
When I am going through as a
Louder,
FICO,
louder, please, louder.
when it comes to any query from the end user, so when I do not have a knowledge on SD or module or any HR other modules,
When you're
how
working in real time, you will know for yourself.
hmm,
It is, see, if it is purely related query, then nobody will ask you because you are FICO. When you are FICO, nobody will ask you anything related to MMSD or any other module.
okay, but end user may not be knowing, right? Like they would be sending all
See,
the
end user might not know, okay, but they know who are from which group. Okay, so I'm there as a consultant, but I'm from FI group. So they will be assigning the incidents to FI group if it is FI related. They will be assigning incidents, related incidents to group. So whosoever consultant is there in group, he will be checking that incident.
okay.
That problem will never arise. You need not worry when it comes to that one.
Okay, fine.
So if you ask me, I do not know I do not know SD. I never handled any or SD related. It never came to me.
Okay. Fine. And probably last question. So, how do you, do you touch upon all the fields like in the system where we see like a lot of fields we see,
Fields means what?
Field in the sense when you go to system, you will have a company code or entity or any fields. When I presentation mode, if you go, there are a lot of fields, right? There are multiple document types, and you have multiple currencies and multiple other fields which normally we may not be using it. Correct. So, do you
See,
touch upon
field
all?
means actually, let me tell you, in SAP, field means where you can enter the data. A field means where you can enter the data.
Okay.
Okay. So all field means whichever are relevant for our FICO, definitely those I'm covering.
Okay. Okay. So there are some fields which not F5 that will not be covered. Correct. Obviously.
Not relevant ones, why do we require? The one which is relevant for us, definitely I'm covering.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay. Any other question?
One last question from my side. Do you provide any placement assistance after completing the
If
training?
you are in India, I can help you out. Okay. See, guaranteeing nobody can do. Okay. Nobody can tell that, he's guaranteeing the job. Okay. I can definitely help you out if you are based in India.
Okay. No, arranging a like interview and all. So,
Interviews again. See, I can definitely process your resume. I can definitely send your resume to the HRs. Okay, in different companies, in different CMM level 5 companies also I can send. But whether they are selecting your resume depends upon them. Okay, so you even in your resume you need to put all the topics, what all and it should be according to their requirement, right or wrong. If it is matching their requirement, then definitely call you. And there is
okay.
interview. Okay.
Yeah.
So that's the reason why normally what the participants are doing, they are either concentrating on FI or controlling so that they can learn much faster and apply for a job. But if the interviewers are seeing just FI or controlling, okay, only few topics in the resumes, then they might not be interested. So learn each and every topic that I'm covering. Each and every topic, yes. Each and every topic is important. So that they will be able to see all the topics. Then your resume easily gets selected for interview.
Okay.
Yes, any other question anymore?
How about the job market?
How about
Not very sure. How about the job market for FICO?
FICO? It was there for the past, since I've been seeing, for the past 12 years, yeah, stable only. Actually, let me tell you, whenever, I did not felt like continuing the job in the same company, I immediately used to quit. And I immediately used to get one more job. That was the market I saw. I quit Infosys, I got placed in Deloitte. After I quit Deloitte, I got placed in Entity Data. After I quit Entity Data, I got placed in IBM. Okay, so I did not take much time to join, to get placed. Okay, that means there is always market for
I mean to say demand
for
and
sure.
supply is
Yeah, of course, demand is there.
okay.
Yeah, thanks a lot, everyone. Thank you for joining.